Alright, welcome everyone. We're gonna hop right into it. So let's go ahead and do that. We have Minecraft for y'all today. Let me make sure my audio settings are proper. Probably should have done that before the stream, but that'll do. Donkey, that'll do. But, so this is not the server. This is, a copy of the old server. Let me show it to gaming. Oh, the Minecraft box is not selected. Let me go ahead and select that. Make sure that you all can actually see the game. Is it working? There we go. So, as you can see, this is a copy, well, you can't actually see it, but this is a copy of the old server world that we used to play on for the channel. I have made a world download of it because I thought the server had stopped having support for it. So, mainly what I just want to do is I want to get this build done. So tonight is going to be dedicated to progressing on this build a little more. So obviously I am in creative mode for this, even though the world itself was survival, but I just want to get this goddamn ship constructed. So I've actually made a little bit of progress anyway, as you can see. And I'm going to go ahead and get some background music for this. So this is going to be a pretty chill stream. That's actually a bit loud. That should be better. And yeah, we're just going to do a little bit of building here. I have a 3D model up next to me. Oh, I need that 3D model up next to me. Why is it not up? Let me go ahead and get that. I know you all can't see it, but I'm using that 3D model to help construct. There we go, and then let me get up the rest of the tabs. I'm gonna have to balance some windows here, because I'm gonna have 3 windows open at once on my second monitor. Well, I mean, you're an engineer programming, so you might as well. You know how many people those sentry guns take down, huh? But let me go ahead and crack open a cold one here for y'all tonight. There we go. I'll show you all something else as well. Ignore that voice crack. What I have here, I've been doing some collecting. As you can see, I've been collecting some tabs here. And eventually, once I get enough of them, I'm going to try to make a little bit of a chainmail armor out of these soda tabs. So. I may get diabetes, but at least I can make a cool little piece of aluminum armor. We'll see. Well, let's get started. First thing I want to do is work a bit on the flight deck, because I'm kind of... Problem here I have is perspective. I had to shift some of the stuff I've built on the side over some, because I've been building it a bit too compactly. And what I'm going to use to judge some of the rest of the spacing and scaling I'm using for the rest of the build, comparing it to my 3D model, is the length of the flight deck. And the patterns on the flight deck help with that. So we're going to get some andesite. Soda pop chainmail armor. Yeah, probably not the most efficient or strong, but we'll see. I mean, strongest fairy song in the background, so we might as well have the strongest warship, you know? I just have a random, like, copyright-free playlist in the background. Most of it's See the Gunner. I am really having a hard time balancing some of these windows. I don't want to full screen the thing, too. I'm balancing 3 windows here. I'm just gonna push one to the side and then maybe balance the other 2 like this. Because I need to be able to see chat, you know? Yeah, a lot of... I should have managed these windows a little better before I started streaming. That probably would have been good. But if we look at the... If I look at the flight deck model I have here, this circle has the elevator in it, one of the elevators. So it seems that we'll have to figure out how far it goes. I think the elevator takes up to a specific portion. And this part's made of andesite, the rest is made out of wood planks. Because the carrier Akagi was an unarmored flight deck aircraft carrier. Much to her detriment, that kind of sealed her fate in Midway, but We don't talk about the 5 minutes of fate. Another odd thing is, this end of the flight deck does not really go past the circle. It's kind of curved in and restrained inside the circle. So let's see how far we can push this out here. Imagine America in shambles, we got nuked and stuff, and as America is ending as a Legion person jumps out of a bush with an AR-15 and soda chainmail and demands your Coca-Cola tabs. Hey, you know, in Fallout, they had the bottle caps, right? Well, here, you know, I think I may be set for both. See, I got me some bottle caps. I think I got multiple bottle caps. I have a big jar of stuff of bottle caps back at home that I've been collecting for no reason, so I got... I dropped one. Got myself bottle caps and I got soda tabs, so I got all sorts of post-apocalyptic currency here. I'm prepared. But then I'm just gonna get blasted in the face by someone who made a homemade crossbow out of 2 pieces of duct tape and a worm. Never forget, it's the DIY people who can be the scariest sometimes. And yes, this is a Siva Gunner rip in the background, so if anyone can guess some of the jokes in some of the Siva Gunner rips. Not all of these songs are, but some of them are. Like, I'll give this one to you. This has, I think, some bit of snow halation and stuff, and obviously it's a Kirby rip. Because obviously I can't get enough Siva Gunner, it seems. Yeah. Why couldn't I just like coffee or tea like a normal person? Why did it have to be soda? Probably the least healthy of all those options. You know, if my internal organs get destroyed, then oh well. It's my choice, I guess. But I have been going out and like biking more. I actually found a trail near here. I found a cool trail near this apartment complex that goes like all the way across town. Ended up staying out there for like 4 hours once because I almost got lost all over the place. But it was still fun, I enjoyed it. It's hard to find a bit of undeveloped land in this hellscape that is the entertainment industry, but once you find that little square piece of grass occasionally, it feels nice. Thank you, America. Urban sprawl, very cool. There we go. So, I think that'll be good enough for now, although this piece did have... No, I like the symmetry. I like the symmetry of that elevator. We're keeping it. Now, my hope here is that we do not lose Wi-Fi. Losing that would not be very helpful. And you all can see some of the leftovers from when I did this in survival back when this old server was up. So, as you can see, I kind of had to do some widening at the front because the flight deck kind of thinned out a bit towards the front. But I honestly think I may have made the flight deck a little too big. I don't know. I still think she looks well. What? I had a skeleton horse? I guess we had found a skeleton horse at one point. I remember that. There was a skeleton horse trap. Wait, let me go through the portal. Since this is from the old world. In Division 2, they use Bitcoin as a dominant currency. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. 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 This is not the end I remember. It seems this world download did not save our old end. Or nether, sorry, not end. And I remember, this is where the old portal was. It's still the same nether. Like, but all the stuff we had built in the nether is gone. Like, we had, this isn't good. Like, we had, this whole section of construction, I made, like, bricks that led all the way to a pigman farm that we put right here. And, then we'd have stairs, and this is where it spawned our portal, up here. And there's a bastion down there. Although the bastion has actually spawned much closer to us this time instead of further away. I think it completely regenerated the nether. Wait, where did that come from? You know I would just go asleep to furry ASMR if my family wouldn't is anti-furry. How does your entire family know what a furry is? What? Are you a furry? I'm confused here. Where did that come from? That sentence came out of left field. But yeah, apparently our old nether was snapped out of existence. That's actually kind of sad. Because we had nether builds in this server. Shit. Because, again, this is a world download. I guess we'll build this portal where the old one was. And see if it takes us back home. So here we have a, we need the fire charge. Why did I type in a fire charge instead of a, lighter? I guess I'm just weird. So if I'm right, this... Ah, yes, so it saved our builds on this side. Oh, and there's a minecart going. Here, let's take the minecart, why not? So it saved all our above ground builds, but it did not save our nether or end builds. Mainly the nether that we built in other than this, but I'm glad it saved the overworld stuff, because look at all the stuff we have over here, you know? Even the weird parkour course. And the CPT machine. There's a lot to see over here. And I remember building this railroad area. We have the snow generator. I remember that. We have a shit ton of these for some reason. We have the cow farm, even though it says chickens. That one fountain that someone built. I don't know what this thing is supposed to be. Some sort of weird statue. Oh, here's the old stoneworks building I had for a while when I was first getting the materials to build Akagi. And of course the parkour course up there. And we have our automatic crafting or smelting area that was over here. Oh, and the @E massacre, I remember that. You watch unhealthy amounts of looped German songs. I know some of the meme ones, but still. Oh yeah, here's the CBT machine right here. I did not place that sign, but I did not build this either. This is actually, I want a copy of that flag, because this is the flag I used to put on some of my shields. Oh, yeah, I changed my skin. This is also Akagi. The skin is also Akagi, so it's twice the aircraft carriers in one playthrough, I guess. Oh yeah, here's the weird quarry that someone had pulled out all the way to the side. Interesting. And here's the modern-looking house that Pleb and I believe Altair had built. So if I go up here, all the banners from these guys we killed. Oh, and we have the Ender Dragon head after we killed him. And one of them, I didn't know he had that many dogs and cats. Wow. And we had the armor that we were... How did he get special arrows? I don't even know how you make those. But, yeah, some of them were working really hard on armor making and things, so... And this is Pleb's room. His little stash. His little netherite chest plate here. Not bad, not bad. And the platypus either. Oh gosh. Parry the platypus, you must find my cock and ballinator. That's not a good impression, I'm sorry. Oh, and we have a gravestone here. When Altair's horse died. Shit, I forgot how his horse died. Was it in the nether? I don't remember. Shit. Oh, well, welcome to the stream then, Luminos. Yeah, this is just me being nostalgic over an old server that I had made a world download of. Because we had, like, I think up to 4 or 5 people on here at one point, and here was the village that we had walled in, that we had spammed all our mending books from over here. What did I name this place? I know I give it a name. It was over at the train station. But yeah, these 3 buildings became our village after we walled them in. Yeah, here's the station. Oh, is Amagi in here? Okay, so yeah, we have Soryu Station. Let's go in. Hey, Amagi's still here. Oh, that's good. Wait a minute. Wait, if Amagi is right there, then how do we have two Amagis at once? I don't get that. It's Amagiception. Too much. Too much. I gotta get out of here. Wait a minute. Is that a missing block? Probably a creeper explosion. But, yeah. So here was Soryu Station, and we just had various minecarts. Here, let's hop in this one. Speed it up a little bit. In Russia, when a horse dies, they give it to cremation with salt and thyme. I didn't know that. That's a strange tradition. Wait a minute. Why am I not applying shaders? I had to turn them off for something else, but can I apply the shaders here? No. Video settings? Shit, I forgot how to do these. Isn't there a way I could do this from the game? I thought there was. Because I had to upgrade my game to the latest for something else. Can I not? That's just chat. I don't want to set your world on fire, but it's my house. I see someone's watched the Ink Spots video. That is a neat idea, though, for a band to put a bunch of, like, a very similar intros. Wait, whose horse is that? Wait, why did it... There it is. Oh, it's no one's horse. Oh yeah, and here's that Iron Golem farm. I wonder if it broke or not from an update. Although either way, if it's nighttime, it won't work anyway, so... Is there not a bed up here? And we'll use this one. I just want to see if it works. After that, we'll head back to the ship. Oh. Well, thank you, chat, for those words of wisdom right there. Now, will this work or not? That's the question. Don't tell me this world's on peaceful. Oh, that's why. Yep. Well, I guess we'll keep it on peaceful then, since I'm not really going to be doing survival for a while, but if I do, I'll have to get a zombie back up there if I take it off this. Only reason I put this on peaceful is because it's a world download and I just wanted to build the ship. I am still kind of pissed it got rid of the nether, but what can you do, I guess. Let's head back. I cannot tell you, though, the amount of deaths that we have had because of building the building process of this right under here. Getting that damn mob piglin farm to work. It's pretty annoying, I'll tell you that. But at least it kept everything else there. I'm going to destroy Malaysia. Wait, no, you're too late. What was the guy from Johnny Test? Didn't one of the characters, like Mr. Black or Mr. White, blow up Malaysia? Anyone know what I'm talking about? I forgot which one it was. Perhaps one of the comments will enlighten me. Nothing stronger than 357 hollow point. Remind me, have y'all seen the video? I forgot who did it. Was it like the Kentucky range guy who pulls out this massive handgun? He takes out one round, 45-70 snub nose, and puts it in. And he just fucking squeals when he pulls the trigger and he just falls back over. Knocks him down. You're just asking for your wrist to die. Yeah, just take them away, officer. I don't need them. No wrists for me. 45-70 snub nose. There, we got the flag up there. So let's continue our work. He failed. Oh, he didn't blow up Malaysia? Well, he lied then. He lied to everyone. He didn't blow up Malaysia. He didn't use enough explosives. Reminds me of like one of the old Sonic fandub videos where the guy's like makes the impromptu song about blowing up Hawaii. Wait, where is that? I'm gonna find it for you all. The song about blowing up Hawaii. There goes Hawaii. I think I found it. Which one has more views? I think it's the... No, I want the remix. Give me the remix. Someone made a remix of it. Don't tell me this is copyright. No, it's not. Alright, we're good. Your eyes kind of hurt. I mean, mine should be hurting. I stare at a screen way too much, but oh well. I guess I'm just built different. So let's extend this construction. I really do hate it when I get something in my eye though, and it won't go out even with like eye drops. That's happened a few times last month, so I guess I'm just being an idiot. I mean, when aren't I though? Come to think of it. So let's just keep more of this flight deck built. It's your dominant eye. Although in just basic perception, I don't think which eye is dominant matters, right? That only matters if you're doing that one damn test with bringing your finger to your eye or whatever. Because, like, outside of telling which one is your dominant eye, what's the point of knowing it? I am not a big fast builder. Just me pressing F5 the whole time. Although the good news is, my right-click button has not fully been broken despite what I thought last night. Maybe it's just holdfast that's messing up, although I doubt it. Question is, how far do I need to build the flight deck before I have to start curving it back inward? But yeah, even more with these scaling issues, I had to space out some of these AA guns a little bit further, like 1 block each. Oh, it matters in the firing range. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I haven't been to a range in a long time. Last time I've been to a range was, Boy Scouts, I think. Not a summer camp, but a different camp out. We always went to one specific campsite where they had a shooting range, and we'd shoot 22, which is, you know, basic, but we also did 12 and 20 gauge shotgun clay target shooting, so we do that around like once a year or so. I think I was pretty good with archery though. I was a better shot in archery than I was in most other things. I only did the shotguns once, and that was 20 gauge, but I didn't do too bad. I hit like a little under half of the clays for my first time, so I don't shoot very often, so that's why. I haven't shot anything in a pretty long time. Although I do want to start, you know, collecting some sort of firearms once I've hit the age, you know? I don't know what though, probably some vintage like an Arasaka or a Car 98, something that's not extremely damn expensive, maybe like a reproduction. I don't care if it's a reproduction or not. I don't know, I'm not too picky in that regard. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know a ton of stuff about firearms, because I really don't. I'm just not going to fool myself here. Boy Scouts don't do that anymore. You heard there's a 22 STG? It's obviously not as... Did I really forget its native cartridge? Did I really forget its native cartridge? Yeah, 7.92. So yeah, definitely sub-native. But that's an interesting conversion. Never heard of that before. I should have worn my Elbonia t-shirt. I know I wore that for one stream or another, but that thing, after I ordered that damn t-shirt, it took like a long time to get here, so. Oh well, at least it did get here though. I ordered that last semester. But now that I'm going to be working soon, I'm going to start ordering more stuff. Oh, welcome Talk. It's been a while, and welcome Johans. We are continuing construction on the Japanese aircraft carrier Akagi here. Well, let me pull back up the rest of the music I had going. Something to fill the empty space in my heart. Actually, that applies in more ways than one, especially with Akagi, but we don't talk about that. The voices in my head are telling me to stop, so I must. Oh, what a story, Mark. Have any of y'all seen The Room, that movie? 2003, Tommy Wiseau? I mean, I know it, yeah, obvious meme status, but some people haven't actually seen it. Despite its dumb popularity, it's still a bit niche, so. I actually showed it to some of my dorm friends from last year, and none of them had seen it before, so they were in for a shock. I remember I also showed some of my relatives Who Killed Captain Alex, the Ugandan action movie back then. That was definitely an interesting watch, I'll say that. Oh, welcome Emily. I was just talking to them about how I was showing some of my roommates and relatives the movies Who Killed Captain Alex and The Room, respectively. World War II assault rifles and submachine guns generally cost $12,000. Yeah, that's why I said I'm fine with reproductions, honestly, you know? I don't have the biggest budget, so. Plus, I don't think I trust myself with maintaining an actual vintage, so. At least not yet. But again, I just need to wait and be patient, you know? Take my time with all the other crap I got going on. You have a collection book. Chinese Mauser copies are cheap. You know, if it looks relatively similar, I don't really care, honestly. It's 2021, everyone hates 2020. I mean, it makes sense, it's just... It's kind of predictable seeing everyone, like... I don't know why, it just annoyed me a little bit seeing the glasses and stuff and all the merch saying, screw 2020, all that stuff. It's just like, yeah, 2020 was a terrible year, but like, things have been worse. Like, I doubt anyone living here would say, like, imagine someone living during like the sack of Rome or something. They're gonna probably be like, oh, the 473 or whatever, this is the worst year ever. It's all just perspective, I guess. Like, not everything that last year was terrible. There were some good things. I don't know, I guess people just want to make money with merch, but, you know, that's always the thing. You know, percussion rifles usually aren't very expensive. You know, another one that would be interesting was the Italian Carcano. One of those. I know there are many variations, like most of those battle rifles tend to be. Well, that's not the proper term, but I don't care. Honestly, just some sort of Italian one would be neat. Now, after this point, I need to figure out how much further to build this, because the end of the flight deck on Akagi ends in metal rather than wood, and that actually starts at a certain point. So that believes to be, I think, 5 away? 5 blocks? So let's try that. I think I'll just use stone for the end here, because that is around the color palette I'm going for. If anyone wants to know the music in the background, by the way, that is Yukari's theme from Toho. Toho 15.5, sorry. One of her themes, I guess. I don't play Toho. Most people who know the music don't play the games. I think the closest experience I've had to any bullet hell is Azur Lane, and that is not bullet hell. Very much not. I do not play bullet hell games. So, I think I should probably start edging in this part a bit so I can level it out. Maybe I'll put it on a bit further. Again, you all can't really see the image that I'm using as a reference. I have a full 3D model of Akagi pulled up right here. So, did you know an original German Mauser with original ACOG design is expensive? Well, it probably is, yeah. Design originalities and variations play a huge role in that, but you need to join the build. This used to be a server. This used to be a server that the channel had, but I believe the server it was hosted on, we discontinued it because everyone had lost interest. But, the worst part is, what if I finish the build here and then, like, someone revives the server, and then when I go onto the actual server again, the build isn't finished there? That would be a problem. I wish there was a way to easily go into a world and just replace chunk by chunk rather than duplicate the whole thing. There probably is with some sort of software, but I'm too lazy to learn something like that. I guess that's my fault then, but we'll see. Old Walther P38s with markings aren't that expensive. Again, I'm gonna put off considering any purchases like that until I... Well, not only am I not old enough yet, but I'm very close, but I'm not old enough yet. But even then, I just need to focus on other things like, you know, my career. Starting my actual career in hospitality, but we'll see. Oh yeah, this is one of those big Siva Gunner rips music in the background. Which one is this? It was oh yeah, it was Porky's Pokies. One of those. You all should be able to recognize some of it. Like, that was Tetris right there, that they had done in Mother 3's sound font. What are some of the others? That's Mario, one of the Mario games. One of the overworld themes, actually. So if I zoom out a bit on my model, let me see how far I need to keep building this. It's around 1 block further than the end of this. Yeah, that's good. That sounds like Toho. I don't recognize that one, but that sounds like Toho. Maybe I'm wrong. So then this part edges all the way around to the furthest back I can go, and then it starts curving in by 1 block, I believe, and we'll push it like that. Because again, the scale of this build is kind of off in some ways. Good news, though, is that this is much longer flight deck than I thought it was at first. It kind of puts the sense of scale here. Because even in something like From the Depths, my ships aren't nearly this long. But you know, this is the full aircraft carrier, so I might as well. Whoop, can I land? Yes, I have landed properly. But yes, if I'm building Akagi, I might as well be dressed as Akagi, so I updated the player model. I did find it interesting, though, that the original ship here originally wasn't planned to have a tower. It wasn't planned to have a conning tower, or island superstructure, but they ended up putting one on after they decided that it was better for pilots to have one to coordinate. Oh god, I recognize 2 songs. That was For Elise, and then as the first song, and then this was Your Reality from DDLC in the same sound font. God damn it. I hate you, Siva Gunners. God damn it. But anyway, like I was saying, they did end up building a small superstructure on the port side of the ship. This is very abnormal, as some of you could probably tell. I don't know if you could, but most aircraft carriers, if not almost all but 2 or 3, have their superstructures usually on the right side, on the starboard side. But Akagi has hers on the left, and I believe, was it one of the Soryu or the Hiryu that also had hers on the left? I forgot which, but that was an experimental thing that never really caught on, but was pretty unique to Akagi. So if she was next to her sister ship Kaga, actually they weren't really sister ships. Akagi was a conversion of an Amagi class battlecruiser, while Kaga was a conversion of the Kaga class battleships. So they had a slightly different design, although they ended up looking pretty similar after they were constructed. Anyway, I'm just nerding out right there. Y'all don't care about that. You like Wii music? I assume that's Wii. Or did he say World War II? Because you missed a W if you meant that. Hello, Gordon! Oh, yeah, I forgot about that series. The goddamn, the AI Half-Life series. That was a good series. Although, it's been a while since I've seen it. A few months at least. But that must have been a blast making it with, like, behind-the-scenes stuff and whatever they left in. I really like that they left in some of those cuts that were scuffed. That shows some dedication, at least, if nothing else. Whenever we go, wherever we go, the devil's left us. Is that lyrics from a song? I don't know if I've heard that one, if it is a song. You're the guy who did the Grubhub thing with the Fallout guy. Oh yeah, I saw your comment. Thank you. That was very nice of you, Juan. Thank you. What was that? Juan Angulas? Angulas? I am really butchering some names, aren't I? I'm trying my best, though. But yeah, I saw that comment. Thank you. Most people who found this channel either found it from some obscure thing, or they found it from the Beach Boys Chocolate Lobster Will Sasso shitpost that got 1 million views for no reason at all. Oh well. You know, I mean, there are a lot of viewers who haven't ever had a video that's gotten past like 10K, let alone 1 million, so I'm very grateful for that. I'm just surprised that of all the videos, it was that one. Oh, this is Lifelight. Yeah, this is Smash Bros. Ultimate in the background now. I love that with like all the medley Siva Gunner rips, because you really have to put your ear to some of these to figure out what they are. Well, let's figure out how far to place some of the stone. Maybe up to here, because at one point it does cross like this. So after it goes a bit in here... Oh, that's Song of Storms, I believe, right there. I am butchering a little bit of the scale here, but... You know, as long as it's relatively well designed. Because if I look at this, the tower is around halfway, a little further than halfway. So I may not want to place this too far backwards. I may actually have to move the tower. No, I can't move the tower. Oof. I have a lot of decisions to make here. So at this point, let me read some of the chat. Gordon, I need spices. I forgot that quote, but I know a lot of quotes from that, like the fucking ropes. Gordon doesn't need to hear all this. Oh yeah, and the bottom gear one. Yeah, I remember that one. That one got a pretty good amount of views. Found you from the Minecraft survival server. I think it was Eric. Oh. This is the last time I buy a car from Tesco. Top Gear BBC is probably the only good thing to come out of Britain in a long time. Anyway, let's see, what else was there? You found me from the Minecraft survival server. You know, I should do an episode of that again. I haven't completely ditched that world. Thing is, I'm actually hosting a realm for my sister, since my sister and I played on a world for a little while. And since I went off to college, she wanted to still play it with me sometimes, so I got realms and I play that occasionally with her. because I can't figure out how to make a server for the life of me, nor do I want to use the time to learn how. Call it laziness, but oh well. So that's what I'm using the realm for. Although I'm confused, because can't you have like 3 worlds on realms? Is it like only one world can be active at a time? Because I don't really know how that works, actually. I'd be interested to find out how that works. Oh god, I really am making this thing too long, aren't I? I may have to alter that, because that's originally how far down I thought the stern... Oh god, I'm looking at the model. The stern actually is slightly past the flight deck. And if I zoom out more... Oh no, the tower is actually halfway. I'm not even all the way to the edge here, and if I zoom out all the way, the tower is pretty further. Oof. Do I have to scale it down a bit? No, I don't know. You know? I'll scale it by 1 block. 1 block down. No. I can't tell. It's hard. Oh, get this out of my face. And because this is a world download, I can't turn cheats off. I can't turn cheats on. Because for some reason the standard setting for a world download tends to be cheats off. Gonna go to Tesco and get an L86A1. You know, I don't think the Tesco quality is gonna help you there, pal. You may leave in a bit, so good night. Alright, you have a good night as well. You're just gonna watch me worrying about proportions on a warship that is currently lying on the bottom of the ocean. Is that really how far I want this? Okay, one thing I have found out is I really do need to shorten the length of this by a decent amount, or at least the width of this flight deck by a decent amount. Maybe like this. I really am taking my sweet time, aren't I? Is that the end of the playlist? I'm gonna have to go to a different part of the playlist. Here, let's do another See If We're Gonna Rip. This is Slider, but it's not Slider. Oh boy, I remember this one. So yeah, let's just continue here, even if it kills me. Now, one of the problems with this part of the flight deck is that there's actually a letter on the surface on the flight deck, but I don't know what that letter is. I don't speak Japanese, so we're gonna make this character spell out this character to the best of our ability. It's probably an angle, because a lot of flight decks either had the angle or the number of the carrier on them. Like Enterprise, for example, had 6 on her for CV6, so maybe this symbol is either her carrier hull number or something else. And there was another part of this underneath this first stroke of the character. Although I'm having a bit of a stroke trying to make this. I think that's what it looks like. I can't tell. I think it's actually smaller than this, because if I zoom out a bit, it is smaller than this, so I'm gonna have to shorten this. I don't want it to be too long. And the big problem... Actually, yeah, that looks better. So, and if I turn this on its side, I think it actually goes up to this point, and then part of it sticks up here. Yeah, and I think that's the character. Or at least as close as I can get to it. Bayonet noise. Oh gosh, you got me thinking in terms of hold fast again. You know, maybe I'll stream hold fast again tomorrow or something. Sundays are kind of like the day I have to prepare for the next week, but who knows. Especially with classwork. Dream is a fancy Walther with gold etchings. Alright, that's a bit fancy for my taste, but... You wouldn't happen to be a wereaboo, would ya? If you had the chance to change your fate, would ya? Because, you know, I think at one point I used to be a Kriegsmaboo. Is that how you say it? It's like wereaboo, but for the Kriegsmarine, but I snapped out of that after a while. And of course, once this gets past a certain point, I'm gonna have to put red on the end. Red. So we need red concrete. Oh, this song in the background. This is a Siva Gunner. That was Flintstone, of course. I'm gonna turn this up a bit. I want you to see how many of these songs you all can recognize. Here, I'll start it from the beginning. So this is like one of the Siva Gunner medley mashups. So as you hear something go by, try to figure out what song it's supposed to be. This one is using the sound font of Ocarina of Time. And I'll give you the first one. This is the Flintstones theme, just so you all know what the format is. I just want to know how many of y'all heard this before, and if you haven't, you're in for a treat. It's just supposed to be different songs, but... You know. Oh, you don't... You know, a lot of the stuff I say has no meaning outside of the relatively small bits, Oh well. I make very little sense on a normal basis, so that is fine. Now, for this end part, I think I'm tapering off the end of the flight deck a little too quickly, but, you know, I don't care at this point. I just want to get this thing done. I mean, it doesn't look terrible right now, but... Again, I may have to... I'll just deal with it. Screw it, this is my interpretation of the ship. Of course. Well, yeah, I don't need to give you the fact it's the Flintstones theme. I just mean in terms of the format of how the video works. That was Snow Halation back there. That one's harder to hear. That's a Siva Gunner classic meme right there. Started making pistols with those, and they're very collected. Yeah, I get if it's a rare pistol. Here, let me check my volume. It is a little bit high here. Let me turn this down a bit. That should be fine. And I'll head back to it. Push this back. I now won in a military surplus store. What do you mean I now won in a military surplus store? Do you mean you own one in one, or you know one? What is that? Let's see. So at some point I am gonna have to doing the stripes. So we'll do, I believe, here. We'll have this set of white concrete. I'll make it 5 wide, but yeah, I think it's probably fine the way it is. I may actually push it in 1 block. and then we'll alternate with bands of red and white. Only problem is that is very far. A little further than I intended. Because in reality, some of these aren't a full block long, they're like half a block. I'm just gonna keep it with 3 bands, even though in the actual ship it was like 5 or 7 bands, so... You know one. Okay, that makes more sense. Is that I Play Pokemon Go? Oh, that's I Play Pokemon Go. Alright. It took me a second to realize that. I forgot a lot of these, Christ. Yeah, that looks fine. It does taper off a bit quickly, but you know, seems fine enough. So if that's the total length of the runway, let me zoom out a bit. If I look at this from a point of view, you know, that doesn't look too bad. Yeah, the flight deck I think looks fine. It does taper off a bit more quickly than I thought, but I think I actually made the flight deck itself a bit too wide. So let me actually push it inwards a bit more. I'd have to push it in, though, up to the point of this gun? This AA gun? And, of course, the Toreador March. That song. Of course, more colloquially known as that one song from FNAF when the power goes out. And Benny Hill, of course. Can't have that without Benny Hill. Although, wasn't it actually called something else? It was just used in the show. I forgot what the actual regular name of that song was. And I know that's the Little Einsteins theme right there. I used to watch a lot of that when I was really young. That's an old show. Or by my standards, at least. That's Dr. Mario. Yeah, does that make the flight deck look any better? I may actually revert that. I don't know. If I look at the ship again from the side... It doesn't have much change from the front to the end. The bow to the stern, it's just... I really did make the flight deck too wide. Oh, that's Uncle Screwer from South Park. I just can't say the full thing right. Susan will get mad. Maybe if I just shorten it a bit on the other end, it'll be better. Again, this isn't a perfect recreation. And of course we have All-Star. Sir, there's a rare Pokemon on the back of the fighter jet, let me grab it. You know, I'd be surprised if you're just getting reception that high up in the clouds at that point. Oh, there we go with the first actual bit of Legend of Zelda for a song in the Legend of Zelda sound font right there. Wait a minute, I know this song. Shit, what's the name of this one? I can't tell. Oh, this is a Woodman, right? The Woodman theme from Mega Man 2. That's another classic Sega Gunner meme. I've never actually played any Mega Man, though. I can't speak. I've never played any Mega Man games, though. And, of course, they have Let It Go, because why not? Alright, so that's most of the flight deck done right there. Let's just put torches on the rest of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a Don't Stop Believin'. One of the whitest songs ever, but still. I hear your heartbeat to the beat of the drums. No what? Okay, I'm sorry. That's not a very good song. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blank. 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 Okay, I do remember more of this video than I used to. I know this one. Oh yeah, wasn't that like a TV show? I forgot what it was. That's Friday, then whatever her name was. But the song Friday, that funny meme one. I don't know what that one is. One, two, three, four, 5. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ting, zang, walla, walla, bing, bang. Old one. What's this one? Okay, I don't recognize that one. Is that Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town? Yes, it is. It is. God damn it. I don't know this one. Of course, the Rickroll. Have you all seen that really high quality upload of Never Gonna Give You Up? Like, that is, they completely remastered it. God damn. That was a very impressive remaster. Or if, I don't know if that was an original that just found error. I don't know how they did that. Huh. Although now that it's nighttime, let's sleep so we can put off the rain counter. That's Night of Nights, obviously. And then they changed it to something else. Did you know blast suits are not bulletproof? Well, I mean, that's kind of in the name. It's a blast suit, you know? And of course, this song's Caramel Dancin'. With its misheard lyrics and all. And we've reached the end with the Flintstones theme again. What is the next song in the list? We have some extra Eurobeat. This is not a long playlist. I need to increase this playlist, because this is my copyright-free one. Or at least supposedly copyright-free. Oh god damn it, it's Eurobeat again. Alright, let's zoom. Time to zoom. Oh wait, wasn't this the mob spawner that someone made? Was it Pleb who made this? I think it was. Here. Does it still work though? That's the question. Let's turn this back to normal. Now, what is this up here? Is this part of it? This can't be part of it. Oh, is something supposed to be up here? I don't know how this works. I did not build that. Oh, that's cool. You can just see the bow of the ship over there. Whee! So yeah, I do not know how this thing functions. Yeah, clearly it used to work, but I don't know if it still works now. Oh, it's a creeper farm only. Oh, yeah, it works. Huh. Well, good. At least the design's a bit future-proof. Can I see it in action? Oh, what? The water went away. What tells it when to activate? Clearly it's a timer? Oh, it alternates. Okay, that's interesting. So after the timer, it shuts off. And then the water shutting off allows more creepers to spawn. So if I go away for a little bit, it should spawn more. And then the timer will push them out. Oh, I like that. That's a neat design. Huh. I like that. That is very well made. The Street Sweeper was banned for civilian tail because it had the name Street Sweeper. Wait, you mean a commercial one as well as a firearm? Like, did someone get confused and ban an appliance because someone gave it a similar nickname? I don't think that's what you meant, but that's what it sounded like. That's the problem, though. Oh well. Did I have a good sword here? Let me see. I am gonna have to turn it back to peaceful for a little while because I don't want Enderman stealing stuff. Oh yeah, I had this area down here with my aquarium. My tropical aquarium, look at that. That's why I wanted the texture pack back on. The shaders. Because the shaders, they make glass combine. Is there no way for me to use that here? Options. There isn't, is there? I swear I forgot the way. No, I have to set it from the launcher. Yeah, that's a launcher setting. And Optifine, I don't know if Optifine is updated for this version, so... Oh, and we can update this map right here. Let us do that. Oh yeah, I remember I spelled out her name with marble. There we go. That's the rest of the ship right there. That's the Akagi I know and love. Les fiches. So let's replace... Oh, it automatically updated the map. Good. So yeah, that's her. Oh, the middle part isn't updated. Dang it. Did that update the rest? Yes, it did. So yeah, that's all of her in her glory. But we still have to, you know, get the rest of the side nacelles. So, and obviously, what I really would want is a cross-section of the ship that has all the rooms. But apparently, I cannot for the life of me find the technical drawings for this warship. Apparently, I just don't know where to look or something. So obviously, here's the forward elevator, bow elevator shaft. And we have the exhaust going up here if I go out onto the weather deck. So I'm trying to make some sort of hangar, but I had it be my base in the single-player thing. So obviously, here's where the smoke came out, since the Japanese carriers had a pretty interesting design where instead of having funnels going straight up, they vented their exhaust out to the side. And I don't want any of you saying amogus because I said the word vent. I'm going to stab you. But, yeah, so we had this big smokestack that emitted all the smoke for the engines and steam to the side instead of up. And that's why you can have such a small superstructure for the carrier. And I didn't build it here, but they actually wrapped little mattresses around this to give it a little bit of extra armor padding against, like, strafing attacks or something, which I thought was funny. Did I know about the Hitman movie? I didn't. Is there one? Is there one being made? Because if so, I haven't heard about it. Now at this point, I'm going to take a short break. I'm going to keep the music going, but I'm going to mute myself for a second. I'll be right back. Don't do any naughty actions while I am gone. Alright, I'm back. So let's see what debauchery you have gotten yourselves into. It's about the Hitman series of video games. I'm just looking at the chat here. Where's the plane? Also, it's not very silent. I fixed it. Amogus. Oh gosh. Of course I had to say Amogus. Now everyone's gonna be talking about it. Have you read A Pickle for the Knowing Ones and seen the beautiful spelling and wordplay? What? Oh. I think you're pulling my leg here. I think you're doing me a silly. That's, you know, I hate to say it, but I think you're acting pretty sus, not gonna lie. I can't say that with a straight face. I'm sorry, I just can't, I can't handle y'all goofy boys anymore. Stop acting a fool. Oh yeah, isn't Bobby Shmurda supposed to be released from prison in a few days? I mean, of course, I don't... The only reason I'm asking is because of the meme about him getting his hat back. But I heard something about that, I don't know. Maybe just a rumor. A rumor. How far out do I want this part of the ship to be? I think I wanted to have it consistently a decent bit away. There we go. Oh, that one time in the FBI, because that was an old FBI tweet actually. It was an old FBI tweet from like, what was it, 2012 or 2014 or something, and it said something about sus, but all the comments were just the fucking Germa face. That face. I think he just doesn't he hate that that is one of the biggest things that he's gonna be remembered for in the short term? Probably not the long term, but in the short term. Just the goddamn stupid Amogus face. Let's see, I'm gonna actually have to start building some more AA platforms, so let me see what construction I used for some of these platforms. Alright, it seems they were all stone slabs, so let's get prepared for that. And... oh, is it just the same Type 25 mounts? It is, so I can copy the Type 25 mounts from over here. I believe it was... right next to these Type 25 mounts. There we go. So just... yeah. So 3 Type 25 mounts here. And they are 1/2 block tall, starting on this height level. On the bottom layer. Oh, that may cause a problem though. Let me look. You may want to make it a block smaller. Yeah, we probably will, just for the terms of making the rangefinders a bit easier to build. I'm just scrolling through the model right now. If this is between two, the other gun was actually built on the back edge here, which ends up actually falling in line pretty well. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, if I look at it, the bottom level of this would be a block above, and that would be up here. Like this. I'm not gonna build a plane yet. I need to actually build the carrier before I can put planes on it. Plus, planes are like tiny in Minecraft here, and I don't know how to scale a plane down to be buildable in terms of that. Now, in terms of how far to build this part out, though, yeah, that's how far out it's gonna have to be. And that's where the actual gun itself is gonna go. So there's the nacelle. The gun will fit right here. And these were the Type 25 AA guns that were notoriously ineffective. They did not have a good rate of reload because for some reason you could only load 10-round magazines at a time. I gotta add my tab here from the drink into the pile of tabs. I have quenched my thirst for now. But now I only have a thirst for the sounds of war. But what I need to do here is just not only install some sort of rangefinders between the two, but also, I believe that is targeting control equipment, but I have to make sure it's aligned properly. So if that lines up to the back of here, the back of here lines up to the rangefinder. So if I leave a 2-block gap for the rangefinder, and then just do this, that would make sense if the rangefinder is 2 blocks long. I mean, this part of the gun is on the line. Yeah, that makes more sense. And then we can have this part go back for this secondary nacelle. I don't even know if nacelle is the right term here. I don't think it is. Again, I think I've been watching too much Star Trek. So if I use this, that third gun would take us almost to the middle. Actually, the third gun's right on the middle. Okay, that is a problem. So this is a bit longer than I expected. The gun itself is actually almost right on the line. So let's do that. And if that's the case, I do need to extend this out a bit more. So we'll go here. And I guess we'll leave more of a space for some of these rangefinders. Yes, that looks better. Okay, I like this. I like this. And not only that, but below this part here, we actually have an extension which will end up holding a bit of, I don't even know what this equipment is on the model. It just looks interesting. Let me pull it up. It's like just, I guess I'll represent it with pieces of andesite. It just goes out on a hook and goes up like this. Actually, does it go above the top of the flight deck? Pretty much, I guess. Here, I'll put a few torches there to represent the rest of the equipment. Yeah, there's gotta be something else. Actually, I think levers would look better. I can't place levers? What can I place on top of these that looks decent? Hopper look okay? No. I don't want something that's a full block. Maybe a slab. Return the slab. Since I don't really care about realistic blocks at this point, we'll just use dark prismarine. Well, I take that back. Cobblestone. Thank you, Trapster Gay. Your username is correct, by the way. Yeah, this is a big boat. Big waifu boat. Best boat. Even though she is technically on the bottom of the Pacific Ocean, she's still best boat. I will fight people over that. I want some different background music though. Where is Perio of the Star Spangled Banner? I think I butchered that pronunciation as well. Pierrot, that's it. Pierrot of the Star Spangled Banner. That makes more sense. There we go. Let me add that to the playlist of hopefully copyright-free music. So yeah, then we'll have a mount for the AA guns here. Let me go ahead and make one of them and put it inside its mounting. Because those are the bigger AA guns. I forgot the technical name for them, but I think one of the problems that Akagi had, even in her service history, is that the accoutrement she had on top of her flight deck kind of limited the firing arcs of her guns because they were somewhat under the flight deck. I think that's a problem that Kaga also had in her design. But again, I mean, she is a converted carrier, so not everything can be perfect. I mean, Akagi is perfect anyway, but for other reasons. Here, let's see. So, it was two barrel blocks, one for the gun itself and one for the control behind it. Actually, I have a better thing. We could just use a different gate for the controls. Here, let me pull out this one. No, I want it placed like this. There. Wait, does that work properly? Oh, it doesn't touch. Why does that not touch the back of the block? Come on. Is there no way I can, like, make this look more clean? Maybe a... Because then we use barrels placed like this. I don't know. I don't know how to make a better looking barrel for an AA gun. Actually, you know, I like the look of the cobblestone wall a bit better for these smaller AA guns. I think I'll use that for the backing. Like my wife who's corroded and dead at the bottom of the ocean. That's a bit livid, but... or, not livid, but morbid. No, wrong term. Oh, this may not be the best idea, though. Here, let me see if I can lower this a bit. At least make it easier to walk around in the back. Maybe I can do something like this? Just something to make it easier to walk around back here. Could try lowering part of the flight deck, or raising part of the flight deck over here. Maybe that could work? So I guess we'll go ahead and drop this gun in its place as well. Oh. Since that's the nearest upward-facing block. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. No, I didn't want to do that. Yeah, because dealing with slabs and half slabs is kind of interesting. Or at least challenging for some parts of this. Because then we have 3 high construction for some of these. You're gonna turn in for the night? Yeah, it was nice. I just wanted to do a little bit of building here, so I wasn't dead, but... I don't know how much later I'm gonna keep going tonight, specifically. Akagi ain't shit compared to the... Yeah, hey. Well, Sea of Thieves, though, the ships are so easily replaceable. Like, I was a bit surprised when I first played Sea of Thieves, like, I get it, it's nice to not be worried about losing a big investment like a ship, so it makes sense if ships are free, but like, I don't know, I think I enjoy something in the fact of like building up a ship in terms of its legacy and its construction, but I think that's just a nitpick. Like I got Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2, and I liked being able to build up and rename each one of my ships. Like when I play Civ 5 or whatever, I always rename my entire navy. Same thing with Stellaris, and then I end up making a goddamn Google spreadsheet of like battles each ship was participating in, or which battle they were destroyed in, or what ships they've captured, that sort of thing. Yeah, it's a bit paranoid, not paranoid, but obsessive, I don't know. At this point, I guess I could end up putting slabs on the bottom of the rest of this. Again, I don't like the way this looks, but we'll have to deal with it. Because if these guns are right under the top of the flight deck, I kind of have to do that. So here, let me just mess with this. Oh no, I'm fine with my crew. Like, most of the time what we'd do, what me and my buddies would do is just go out to do vault missions. We just do those all day. And usually when we did run into an enemy ship, it was right at the start of our mission, so they had nothing to steal, so we just mess with them for a while. Like, one of my crew members would just ask if they have pictures of Spider-Man. That was pretty fun. I was tempted to try to stream some of it, but no, I mean, I'd have to get their permission, and I didn't want to ask them. But they're fun times. One time, some people just... I don't know, some of the interactions can be pretty goddamn hilarious. So powerful it hasn't touched water. That sounds like a paper ship, my guy. Yo, you sounded close to a paper ship. What you talking about? Hey. Okay, so if I go over to the other side of the ship... Why are all the doors open? That's another consequence of the world edit, or world download. All the doors stay open if they're oriented the wrong way. I still just really like the look of converted carriers, though. It just looks so thrown together. Like, look at this. The way that Akagi's bow was oriented with this odd hangar that's extension here. I love it. I love odd quirks of naval architecture like this. It just... It's rather silly, isn't it? Ain't that a bit silly, isn't it? Gotta act a fool. British. But still, Prince of Wales deserved it. She deserved to sink. That's what she gets for helping sink Bismarck, I don't know. Also, rip Eugen then, as well. And we'll see. Indian Ocean Raid, bestier of life. If I just make this part a bit further down, I guess I'll start work on the other side of the ship. There's still builds that need to be done here. There's just a bit more to work with, or a bit more to be confused by, rather, because there's like a minimum depth this needs to reach. So if I take that level from here, the one that these guns are on, it's this block. So this block is the deck level, which has stayed consistent. I just need to make sure that it is wide enough. I taught it to fly. Who are you, Tinkerbell? What, are you making this like Peter Pan or something? Little floating ship? Come to think of it, that one was closer, whatever the ship it was in Peter Pan. That did look a little bit more like a galleon, so maybe you're just Captain Hook. I don't know. Acting a little bit sus, dare I say it. Oh, what a story, Mark. Now, eventually what I'll have to do here is get the, what are these side guns in her, around here would be her, what's the word? Casemate. I need her casemate 6-inch guns that go down here. What's nautical sea trash you're talking? It's going over your head. Oh, you don't? Well, I act like I know a lot, but in reality I just watch a bunch of Druk NFL. That's a great YouTube video. YouTube channel. Anyway, I'm gonna actually change my hat. If I'm gonna be talking about a channel, I might as well be wearing their merch. Where is it? I thought I had it. Where's the drop hat? There it is. I have a hat for every occasion. Swapping out the Enterprise for this one. Alright, I need another song to add to this. Ah, this one will work. There we go, good music. Now, at some point here, part of this turns inward on itself, and that is, I believe, the part right behind. Ooh, right behind here. So I'm going to have to, I think push this back one block. Because again, you all can't see it, or you can't see it, but I have a 3D model I'm working with to build this. So I want to make sure I broke the door. I'm gonna make sure I'm a bit accurate to it, or at least trying to be. Another problem is the part of this flight that really extends outward from here. Looks a bit awkward, but hey, I guess it provides shelter from rain. Hat switch. Call that a hat trick. No, Mom, it's just digrass. Let's see. In that case, I can push in a bit of cobblestone, maybe? I don't know. I need to make sure I don't, like, get the proportions screwed up here. Hat in Time has taught me that you can now turn into a boat whenever you feel like it. Is that a Wind Waker reference? I've never actually played Wind Waker. Hell, I've never played a Zelda game, ever. I hate to admit that. Funny thing is, I actually have Breath of the Wild, but I've never played it yet. It's still in the box, just because I have been playing other games this whole time. Kinda hate to admit that, but oh well. Now, does this start turning in on itself? It does start curving in. I think what'll help is if I find a point to stop it at, a point to cut off the, and that cutoff point for the superstructure is aft of the stern elevator. A few blocks aft. I'd give it 2 blocks. 2 blocks after the stern elevator. Maybe here. Because there's the bow, the amidships, and the stern elevator, and since that one's right there, you'd still need enough space. It seems the stern elevator is right at the back, because past this point, the rest of the ship is not part of the hangar. That's where they keep the ship's boats that they launch, and the cranes that support them. So all of this infrastructure goes alongside. There's a lot of very supporting superstructure. Does that look right? Oh, another thing I noticed is... oh, the hangar also has another exit at the bottom, so the elevator is actually longer than the other elevators in the aft. That's interesting. On your SMP, your home got griefed and he... Wait, who? You said he hacked to my home? What? Specific person? Or wait... Greft. You got greft. Slow down. Type out your letters properly. I need to be able to read this fully. You played Breath of the Wild and it was so boring that you didn't care what your dog ate the cartridge. That's funny. I don't know if I'll like it though. I can't bash it until I try it though. I can't say anything about it until I actually, you know, boot up the game. So, in the meantime, I think we do have enough space for this. Oh, do we? I just need to judge it on how much of the aft of the ship is left. Actually, a bit less than I thought. But it does have to be directly aft of this elevator. Yeah, that works. That works. We're gonna stick with this. We're sticking with it. So with that in mind, all we need to do is build this out to the side as much as we can, and once we get that, we can figure out how deep the gradient that we're going to have to build the sides of the sloping inwards are. Yeah, that was a word soup no one's going to understand, but oh well. So after it looks like there's, but that I'd say that's a 7-block gap. And then you'd say a 3-block gap in between to sneak some boats, maybe 4 blocks, and then another 3 blocks. So if we go with 3 like this, and if any of you don't know, the song in the background is it is Solar Sect of Mystic Wisdom from Toho. I forgot the number, but it's Subterranean Animism. Again, I've never played a Toho game, and I don't know if I will. Did I really only put a 2-block gap here? That's dumb. Cared more when the dog ate Odyssey, even though you beat it 3 times. I never played Odyssey either. At this point, yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll make it a 4-block gap and make this part 3 blocks long, and that will be the end of the gradient, because if I scroll up, that would leave 5 blocks. Yeah, that's acceptable. Well, how far does the flight deck itself go? Yes, that works. Did they make it 4 blocks long here? Can't tell. No, it was 3 blocks. Okay. Is it really that thin? Actually, it does look that thin. Although at this point, that means 5 on the other side. Should I leave it like that? I could actually make... No, it has to be even to the elevator. That's the problem. I guess this part of the ship has to fold in a bit faster than the other. Yeah, definitely. So we'll stick with that. Can you join? No, this is a single player right here. I can't host this world. Even if I did, it would take a long time, and this is just a world download of a server that no longer runs, so I don't think that's possible. This used to be a server, but it's not now. That's the thing. This is purely the world download. Plus, the Nether is screwed even then, because again, like I said, the world download apparently like partially corrupted or something. I thought the world download caught the Nether, but you know, I'm just gonna stop complaining about it. What's another song I can just shove in the background? This one will work. There we go. Not as long as the others, but it'll do. Sorry, I only know the goddamn Siva Gunner remake of this one. Funky. You got that funky fumo. And if that's the case, that means we're gonna have to get this all the way sloped to this edge. And that edge slopes down to a point. Ooh, interesting. That's gonna be a very interesting build to crack. So if I chart this course properly, I'm just throwing caution to the wind here and seeing how far I can make this gradient, and then I'll adjust it as I see fit. More sea trash. I'm not even speaking sea trash at this point, I'm just speaking Minecraft trash. I'm not even an engineer, bro. I gave up trying to study engineering a long time ago. I'm in hospitality now. I just like boats. Big boats that go vroom. You know? I think that's a primal instinct in people. Maybe not, I don't know. Boats may not be the biggest instinct. or any instinct at all, but oh well. No, I didn't want to click off the 3D model, please. Now it has to reload the 3D model. Oops. This is a high quality 3D model though. I may use like a picture above it for like something. I don't know. Does that look proper? I will actually replace a few blocks here. It won't match up perfectly, but it'll look better on this side. Because Akagi is not a perfectly, what's the term? Symmetrical ship, looking from the front. So I think some of the allowance with that is forgiven. I think I like that though. I think I like how far it's gone right now. The problem is how thin this section is. Because on the back of the ship, there isn't much space on the inside, because these areas look to be pretty independent, and that's only like 1 or 2 blocks thick on the inside. But look at this from the stern on. I don't know. Maybe I could add an extra block? I'd have to back up a bit more though. Yeah, that's wide enough. I'm gonna have to stick with the way it is right now, especially if I want the hangar to go the way it is. Well, you know, I think this is a good stopping point right now, so I have a good, clear viewpoint of what I need to do next, and I've done a decent amount right now, so I'm gonna leave off the stream. Let me pause the music. And, yeah, I hope that you all have a good rest of your night. And, I don't know when I'll stream next, honestly. School's getting a lot busier, college, so we'll see what happens.